Hello, I'm Blair Jacobs and welcome to Swift TV. Now, over the last few seasons, Swift has introduced the smart intelligent construction system on all its caravans and coach-built motorhomes. And frankly, it transformed the construction of the modern caravan and coach-built motorhome. You see, Smart replaced the traditional timber frame body with hard, tough polyurethane material, completely impervious to water and therefore making the leisure vehicle far more resilient to moisture. In February 2014, Swift launched the flagship Elegance and Sterling Continental models with the next generation of smart construction, Smart HT, and that took the whole makeup of caravans to a completely new level, with the body now being completely timberless and the introduction of high-tech components and patent-pending elements that allowed things like this stunning curve to the body shell. So we've gone from timber to a timberless frame, and now we're in Smart HT. And I mentioned those elements and high-tech components, and they're probably best explained with the help of this model, and there are several elements to it. For example, GRP inner and outer skins to all panels including the floor, a patent-pending 5-layer composite floor, a patent-pending aluminium and S-rim corner jointing system, and a patented cold bridge located within the aluminium side framing to prevent condensation. Now, if you'd like to know more, there's far more information on Smart and Smart HT in separate videos on Swift TV. Now, this season, Smart, which will feature on the Sprite, Challenger and Eccles ranges, as well as all coach-built motorhomes, has been enhanced to Smart Plus. And Smart HT has been introduced to the all-new Swift Conqueror and the reintroduced Sterling Elite, as well, of course, as remaining on the flagship Swift Elegance and Sterling Continental. Now, Design Director for Swift Group, Chris Milburn, I'm delighted to say, joins us to tell us more. Good to see you again, Chris. What is Smart Plus?
Well, Smart Plus is the result of an ongoing continuous improvement programme here at Swift. With the experiences we now have of Smart Design and Smart HT, we felt there were some opportunities to go back and enhance and improve the original design of Smart. So we've identified a few key areas for improvement that are based on our experiences now of developing GRP and composite body construction. So the first area that we looked at was the floor. So I'll show you in this model. The floor itself now has a 9mm ply top surface, which gives it its strength and rigidity. Under that, it's supported by a styrofoam core, which gives it the insulation properties. And the lower surface now is a woven GRP surface. So bonded together, those three elements create a very strong floor. We're still continuing to use the pure material, which we're using as rails in the side of the floor and blocks to mount the floor to the chassis and the floor to the walls. Now, one of the key benefits of all of this construction is the fact that the GRP skin on the bottom gives a really good weatherproof undersurface to the floor. And you'll notice now that all of the exterior surfaces of the body shell are non-hydroscopic materials. So the second area we looked at was the roof. And in the roof, we've replaced the aluminium skin now with a woven GRP. Again, very strong, very durable and very dent resistant. So it gives perfect protection for heavy hailstorms, for example, that customers can experience in certain locations around Europe. And the third area we looked at was the front window panel. And the front window panel has been lifted directly from our Smart HT construction. So it has a GRP surface on the inside, a GRP surface on the outside, and it's got a styrene core. And that really gives a very flat, strong panel, which is ideal for the front window surface of the van. The front GRP moulding is then applied to that, and the window system is then put on. So you get a nice, flat window sealing surface.
Well, let's move on to talk about HT. Why have you decided to introduce that to the Conqueror and the Elite?
Well, Smart HT was the result of an extensive research and development programme that we undertook a few years ago, which culminated in the launch of the Swift Elegance and Sterling Continental vans. Now, they've been extremely popular and customers, I think, really appreciate the advantages that we made with those caravans, and in particular the Smart HT body construction. Those vans were subject to some very significant testing prior to launch, and since launch they've been extremely reliable in the marketplace. We've been manufacturing them now for 2 years, and again, from a manufacturing perspective, we've had very few issues with them. So for all those reasons, we felt it was appropriate to extend the volume of Smart HT into are a further range of caravans. So we're introducing them this year on the new Swift Conqueror and Sterling Elite range of caravans.
As a manufacturer, Swift has revolutionised the construction of the modern caravan. Where do you take it from here? Where do you go from here?
Well, we are committed to continual improvement in both the product and in the equipment that we have in our factory. In fact, we've just invested very heavily in a new lamination line within the factory, which again has allowed us to increase the volume of the composite panels that we actually manufacture. So we're dedicated to the development of new products and new innovation. So we will continue to pursue that particular goal and introduce new products to the market when we feel confident that we've tested and evaluated them successfully.
Chris, always good to see you and hear more about the design innovations for Swift Group. Thank you very much for your time. There we are. That's a fairly whistle-stop tour of the enhancements for Smart from Swift Group for 2016. There are more dedicated videos giving you more detail elsewhere on the Swift website, but of course all the details on Smart, Smart Plus and Smart HT can be found on the website swiftgroup.co.uk. Cheerio.